Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of Daily Fortnite, your daily podcast about Fortnite. I'm your host, Mikey, aka MikeDaddy, aka MagnificantMikie. Again, I am one of the creators that you could support, and the Support a Creator event going on right now. You just got to put in MikeDaddy, MMMikeDaddy, in the Support a Creator tab there when you're in the item shop, and Fortnite will pay me a little bit for you shopping in there. And I got to give a special shout out right now. Big thank you to CSBBK3, and another big shout out and thank you to SloshyGamer61. Both of these guys today sent me some screenshots showing me that they are supporting me over there in the Support a Creator. Totally love it, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Of course, I also have an Amazon link. If you click on that Amazon link, just shop over there as normal. No extra cost to you. But when you shop over there, Amazon will pay me a little bit for you using that Amazon link. Again, thank you so much for that. Let's get into the game here. So first thing up we'll talk about is the Zoe outfit. This happened last night. It has been disabled for now to fix a bug. I didn't experience this at all myself, but apparently if you had the Zoe outfit on, it would sort of become invisible to other players, where the only thing you could really see was the pickaxe moving around. We don't know why this happened or how this happened, but it has happened, and it is disabled for now. I'm sure they're working on it. If you are somebody who bought last season's battle pass and has this unlocked and you like to use it, I'm sure it won't be down for too long. I'm sure they'll get it figured out pretty quickly. Let's see here. Okay. So Fortnite, it was nominated for Ultimate Game of the Year from the Golden Joystick Award, being done by Games Radar. They tweeted this out, and they have a link in the tweet that will send you to the page where you can vote for your Ultimate Game of the Year. There's actually a lot of good games on here: Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Celeste, Dead Cells, Dragon Quest 11, Echoes of an Elusive Age. Fortnite Battle Royale is on that list, of course. Forza Horizon 4, God of War, Into the Breach, Marvel Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2, Subnautica. That's all the games that are on the list. I've played, not all of these games, but quite a few of these games. And I'll tell you what, I am for sure voting for Fortnite. Again, if you go over to Fortnite's Twitter, they have that link, so you can go vote for your Ultimate Game of the Year. I'm definitely voting for Fortnite because as much as I love those other games that I've played, like Marvel Spider-Man, just recently finished that and played that with my son as well. I had a fun time doing that. God of War, a lot of great games that came out this year, but there's definitely no other game that I spend as much time with as Fortnite. And I love how it constantly changes and keeps it exciting and fun things to do within the game. So it's definitely my Ultimate Game of the Year. If you want to go vote, go over there. Let's see here. Let's talk about the solo practice tournament, because again, it's going on here for the next few days. And you know what? Again, it is tough. It is not easy to get points. Now, let's see here. Jackie D over in Discord told me they got 15 points today, and that is the highest that anybody has told me that they gotten. And then Jackie D even sent me a screenshot showing me the points that they had gotten, and so we know for sure that Jackie D got at least 15 points. My highest is still only 11. Jackie D did mention this strategy, and I mentioned it once in the past because one of my favorite content creators, NickGay30, had talked about this. But what you can do if you start getting higher up there in points and you think you might make it, but you're running low on time, what you can do to try to score points fast is get in a match. Try to get eliminations as fast as you can, just so that you can get yourself a point, and then keep being aggressive. and maybe you'll get another elimination point. But just be really aggressive and don't worry if you get eliminated, because then you will be able to get into your next match faster and hopefully go to get some more points. Because sometimes when you try to play for placement and you go all the way to the end of the game, that can take a while. And if you end up not getting that victory royale, or you don't, you get your first point at 10th place, and then you are going to get another additional point if you get in the top 3, and then you get that next point for the victory royale. Now, let's see here. But that can take a while to get to that point. So if you end up not hitting that top 3 or not getting that victory royale, and you don't get those bonus points for getting those, then you just wasted a bunch of time. So sometimes it can be better to just go hard for those eliminations early in the game, then get eliminated and just get yourself right back into the next match. Let's see here. Let's talk about... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's finish. I'm not done talking about this, because another thing I want to mention about this is because of the time period, I have a hard time playing this. So I do wish that the in-game tournaments were set up like the original Showdown, where you had a limited amount of matches to play instead of a limited time period. Just that way, everybody who wants to have a chance to play this can have a chance. Now, I get that they're doing it over multiple days, so there's multiple chances, but it's still kind of hard for anybody who has work during that time anyways, or you have extracurricular activities going on during that time period. So it would be nice if they switched it up later in the future and said, okay, you can do it on these days, but you only have this many matches to do it each day. Like, you could still do it over a 5-day period, and instead of saying a time slot, say you have on this day, you can do the challenge, you can do the tournament, you have 20 matches to get 20 points, or you have 30 matches to get 20 points, or whatever they wanted to set up as. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you did it that way, just because it's tough to get in there just during that time. And it's kind of set up nice for guys over on the East Coast, because over on the East Coast, it's from 7 to 10 for them, but I'm here on the West Coast, so it's from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. for me. And usually by the time I get off work, by the time I get home, the tournament's already over, or if I'm off early enough, then I've already missed almost most of the tournament, and don't have enough time to get the points. So let's see. We'll see. Keep an eye on that in the future, and just keep giving Fortnite some good feedback. Let's see here. Let's go over, because we finished all the weekly challenges, talking about all the weekly challenges yesterday. So let's go over where to find the secret battle star this week. So this week, the secret battle star, you're going to find it in the southwest corner of the haunted mansion. So go to the southwest corner of the mansion, and there's towers, and go to the tower that is the lowest tower in the southwest corner, and then you're going to hear the battle star. You might not see it right away, because it's actually not on top of the tower. It's just below the top of the tower where the window is. So where the window is, that is where the battle star is going to appear. So it could be a little tough to see if you just land right there on top. Let's see here. What I would do is just land on top, break some brick a little bit, and then you can build a floor right there or whatever to get to it easily. Let's see here. Let's go over what's in the item shop today. Now, over in the item shop, we have the Ludwig outfit with the Clockworks back bling. Again, these are the Oktoberfest set, and again, big fan of these ones. You get the Heidi outfit with the Pretzel Protector back bling. Again, big fan. We get the accordion harvesting tool. You get the October Feast glider. Again, I like this. I actually like this glider a lot. I usually don't use the gliders. I just usually use the umbrellas. But I really like the way this one looks. And let's see here. Let's go over what else we have in the featured section, which is the Omen with the Battle Shroud back bling. I like that. I like the Omen outfit a lot. I liked it a lot when it first came out. It's not one of my favorite ones anymore, but I still like this one a lot. And then you get the Oracle Axe. Now this harvesting tool right here, this is one of my favorite harvesting tools. As you guys know, like any of the items that have purple cloudy smoke and lightning that are active like this in the game, that you can see the lightning flashing and stuff, I love these items to death. Alrighty, that is the featured section. Let's go over the daily items. In the daily items, you get the llama bell emote. Let's see here. You are going to get the spectral axe harvesting tool, little shiny guy there. You get the brawler outfit. Again, I'm a big fan of this one. Nice and simple, but very slick, very cool. You get the chicken emote. You are going to get the petunia glider. And you get the night light outfit. This is one I'm a really big fan of as well. Let's see here. That is your item shop for the day. So let's go over a tip of the day. So the tip of the day is to play the mini games and playgrounds, because they actually can help improve your skill a lot. Now, again, the mini games, when you play in the playground mode, they are at the very southern part of Loot Lake. There's a tree that has a bunch of vending machines around it, and in those vending machines, that is where you're going to find all the mini games. And they have different difficulty depending on the color of vending machine you use. And I played around with these a ton today with my son. We played playgrounds for a full hour, which when I play playgrounds, I almost never play for the full hour. But me and my son played for the full hour today. I got in there, just played around with mini games. There's the pirate ship mini game. That's a lot of fun to do. Just try to destroy your opponent's pirate ship. There's now time trials. As you guys know, I'm not a fan of time trials as a weekly challenge, but the time trials in the mini games, they can actually be really fun and helpful, just to help you practice building on the fly really quickly, because they have pressure on you, and there'll be like a little dummy that is shooting at you in some of these challenges and some of the more difficult ones as you are trying to go through the time trial, which puts you a little extra stress and pressure on you, and it can actually really simulate something that you might have in the game. They also have some building obstacle course type of challenges, where it's going to give you a structure to copy, and then you just have to see how fast you can get it done. And it's really good to just practice and practice and practice, to be like, okay, I can make these edits a lot faster, I can build this structure however fast. I mean, it goes from as simple as a 1x1 to a llama and some other things, but yeah, it's really good practice for that. And then for one I'm going to be doing a lot is target practice, because as you guys know, I am not the greatest sniper in the world. I've mentioned it I don't know how many times, but that one of the mini games is target practice. And the one that is going to be real helpful for me is the sniper, where you get the snipers, and then I don't even remember how many meters away it is, but across the way, there's a little area where you have a dummy that's running back and forth, another dummy there in the middle, and they're just running around. Sometimes it's stationary, but the other one keeps running around, so you can practice shooting a stationary target and a target that is moving, and it will give you so much practice if you just do this. I'm going to be doing it so I can start locking in my snipe shots, and just everything else, like the building, all that stuff. And then not to mention that these mini games are actually a lot of fun to do. It doesn't feel like work to be doing it. You know, like sometimes when you're trying to practice a specific skill, you're like, oh man, this is a lot of work, especially if you're trying to do it in a regular game mode and then you find yourself getting eliminated. They're like, oh man, I was trying to put in time for this, but I'm getting eliminated while I'm trying to practice this. But you don't have to worry about that in mini games. And then they have these great little setups for you in these mini games, so that you can really practice and get things done and get better at all these different skills. So yeah, that's the tip of the day. Get in the playgrounds and play those mini games. Again, south end of Leaky Lake, I should say, the south end of Leaky Lake, and around a tree. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be the end of the episode. So if you want to get more involved in the community, you can go join the Discord server. You can follow me over on Twitch. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Those are all great ways to get in touch with me. I want to say it was the Gamer Life 61. Is that his tag? I think that's his tag. He's in the Discord. He follows me over on Twitch, and perfectly he wanted to play with me, so he came in the Twitch and let me know that he wanted to play. Again, that's the best way to get in touch with me and let me know that you want to play, just because I get I literally get you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of notifications every time I'm on. So I have my PlayStation notifications turned off. Otherwise, it's just constantly popping up on my screen, not making for a good gameplay experience for me. So I have them turned off. So if you guys send me notifications through PlayStation, I don't usually see them. But if you see that I'm on, I'm probably streaming on Twitch. So I did get the technical difficulties figured out. I was streaming last night, didn't seem to have any issues, so it should be back on up and regular. But most of the time, when I'm playing, I'm streaming, so you'll be able to just let me know, hey, I'm on there. Or Discord, because if I happen to just be recording something and not streaming, and I'm not on Twitch, hop in that Discord and just say, hey, I see that you're playing right now. Do you want to play? And most of the time, I will play with you. Alrighty, guys. The other way to support the show here is to rate, review, and subscribe over in Apple Podcasts and iTunes. If you leave a 5-star rating and a written review, you are going to get a shout out here on the show. This one came in. This is from So Epically Rad. Okay, there we go. So this is from So Epically Rad. This is titled, "This is my third favorite podcast." It's a 5-star rating, and it just says cool. Well, I think it's cool that I'm at least in your top 3 podcasts. I appreciate that 5-star rating and the written review so much. Thank you for sending that in. Let's see here. This is going to be the end of the episode, but I do want to kind of go over some of these things real quick, because this actually came up in the Discord today as well. And this has to do with support of the show. Now, there's of course a bunch of different ways to support the show, and I do ask or let you guys know about the different ways to support the show. I try not to come up with ways to have you guys spend more money. Again, my Discord, free to be in. Twitch is free to follow me on. YouTube is free to subscribe to. Even if you want to support me on Twitch, I specifically switched to Twitch when I first started doing this. When I first started streaming, I was on YouTube, but then I switched over to Twitch just because a lot of people have Amazon Prime. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can use a Twitch Prime sub for free, connecting your Twitch to your Amazon, and that is a great way to support. That is no extra cost to you. Again, you know, rating, reviewing, and subscribing to the show, that actually helps the show out a lot in rankings. So even if you don't have a way to support the show monetarily, just listening to the show, rating the show, reviewing, and subscribing to the show really helps a lot. And I try to be conscious of all these different things. Now, again, I do have an Amazon link. The Amazon link, again, is no extra cost to anybody. It just helps out the show if you use it. Now, somebody mentioned Patreon. I do my show on Anchor. In the Anchor app, there is a listener support there, which is essentially the same thing as Patreon, where you're supporting the show with money if you want to, if you can. Of course, this is not something anybody has to do. So I'm not going to set up a Patreon in addition to something I already have, because they do the same exact thing. But I already do my podcast on Anchor, and through Anchor they already have the same donation set up. And Anchor is becoming a very, very popular app. 1 in 3 of podcasts, new podcasts, are being created on Anchor, and some really big name people are starting to make podcasts on Anchor now. So it's a feature in Anchor that is really well reviewed and liked by the people who are using it. Again, you guys know that I have 2 jobs, so I only have 2 jobs because I don't have a lot of money. So I try to be conscious again of ways that you guys can support the show that won't cost you too much money if you decide to spend money. Just because, I have a lot of shows that I really like and try to support, but I don't have money to support them. So I know a lot of other people are in the same situation. And I still want you guys to feel to be that you're a part of the show and that you're supporting the show. Now that the show has gotten pretty big, I'm in some other discords from where creators kind of gather together and give each other's tips. And I keep everything free to subscribe to and to follow and everything. There are some other creators out there who you have to be paying just to get into their Discord, or just to watch their archive videos on their Twitch. I keep that stuff all free for everybody. That way we can all be part of the community and feel like we're all involved. And even if you don't have a way to support the show monetarily, that you could still be a part of everything and feel like you're a part of everything. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to mention that real quick. That way we could clear those things up on what I use, how I use them, and why I use them. Any support, again, is greatly appreciated, and I want to thank each and every one of you, even the people who just listen to the show. I thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. Daily Fortnite would not be where it is without you guys. Again, ton of fans. The show only gets bigger and bigger every month that I do this. So yeah, you guys are awesome, great, love you all. That's gonna be the end of this episode now. Until tomorrow, have fun, be safe, and don't get lost in the storm.